Wicked thoughts, and worthless efforts, gradually set their mark on the face, especially the eyes. The life of every individual is really always a tragedy, but gone through in detail, it has the character of a comedy. The greatest of follies is to sacrifice health for any other kind of happiness. Mostly, it's loss which teaches us about the worth of things. The safest way of not being very miserable is not to expect to be very happy. Reading is equivalent to thinking with someone else's head instead of with one's own. Great men are like eagles, and build their nest on some lofty solitude. Our life is a loan received from death, with sleep as the daily interest on this loan. It is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. A high degree of intellect tends to make a man unsocial. Religion is the masterpiece of the art of animal training, for it trains people as to how they shall think. If we suspect that a man is lying, we should pretend to believe him, for then he becomes bold and assured, lies more vigorously, and unmasked. The person who writes for fools is always sure of a large audience. The shortness of life, so often lamented, may be the best thing about it. The more unintelligent a man, the less mysterious existence seems to him. What people commonly call fate is mostly their own stupidity. Opinion is like a pendulum and obeys the same law. Always to see the general in the particular is the very foundation of genius. If you feel irritated by the absurd remarks of two people whose conversation you happen to overhear, you should imagine that you are listening to a dialogue of two fools in a comedy. It is difficult to keep quiet if you have nothing to do. Wealth is like seawater. The more we drink, the thirstier we become. Man is never happy, but spends his whole life in striving after something which he thinks will make him so. There is something in us that is wiser than our head. Most of our sorrows are almost because of our relations with other people. A sense of humor is the only divine quality of man. Religions are like fireflies. They require darkness in order to shine. Intellect is invisible to the man who has none. To be alone is the fate of all great minds, a fate deplored at times, but still always chosen as the less grievous of two evils. Life is a business that doesn't cover the costs. In their hearts, women think that it is men's business to earn money, and their business to spend it. The doctor sees all the weakness of mankind. The lawyer, all the wickedness. The theologian, all the stupidity. This is the case with many learned persons. They have read themselves stupid. The young should early be trained to bear being left alone, for it is a source of happiness and peace of mind. There is only one inborn error, and that is the notion that we exist in order to be happy. Our first ideas of life are generally taken from fiction, rather than fact. Every parting gives a foretaste of death. To forgive and forget means to throw away dearly bought experience. If I maintain my silence about my secret, it is my prisoner. But if I let it slip from my tongue, I am its prisoner. Hope is the confusion of the desire for a thing with its probability. A good supply of resignation is of the first importance in providing for the journey of life. The truth can wait, for it lives a long life. Every child is in a way a genius, and every genius is in a way a child. Vengeance taken will often tear the heart and torment the conscience. Remember, before you take anything away, you must have something better to put in its place.